everybody, it's me, Tokkuri Yashi. How's everybody doing? Hope you are well. In the 6.5 anniversary live stream we had last weekend, they announced a new EX character. So today we're going to be having a look at EX characters. First one of all was Karin. You can see here. I already have Karin. Already bought her with all the shards. Did a video on her a few months ago. So if you'd like to have a look over Karin, then look out for that video. Today, however, we are going to be looking at the other two EX characters. Kaiser has been out for quite a long time, and I could have bought it quite a long time ago, but I was waiting for the announcement for the new EX character, and then not just announce her, they dropped her straight away, and that is Nebbia here, is the third EX character that we have got within Princess Connect. So, to buy these EX characters, as you know, you need 3,000 shards, and you need 500 million mana. Now the mana these days is not too much of a problem. Shards, again, it's just a slow grind. Get them from the dungeon shop and you should be good to go. So, what we're going to do today is buy both of these characters and have a look at what they do. Kaiser was a character when she was out that you had to buy. If you haven't got Karin, you needed to buy her first before you could get Kaiser. I do not believe that is the case with Nebbia. I believe you can buy Nebbia if you haven't got the other EX characters. So, let's put in some shards and some mana and purchase both of these characters. Plenty saved up here from the dungeon shop. It must have taken just a few months or so to get that, so we'll stick in all of these characters here. Maybe we could do with keeping the Akari shards. She's not quite 6-star for me yet, but never mind. We will get them back in no time, and we will stick in the mana. Why can we not do 500 million at once? Why do we have to do it 4 times? Please, let me just stick in all the mana at once, because I got plenty of it in the bank. Like, this is what it's like to be rich, is it? Just throw your money away and it doesn't matter. If you need to ask how much it costs, then you can't afford it. Well, I don't need to ask how much it costs because my mana is flowing like wine. Well, maybe not like water. Anyway, let's get this in here quickly. Come on. Are we nearly there? One more. 500 million mana. I'm gonna be out of mana. I'm gonna have to take my mana out. Oh, no, actually I'm not, because the Kaiser's already got the mana in there. We don't need to put any mana in for Kaiser. So there we go. Now we can buy Nebbia. As you can see, we bought Nebbia here before we got Kaiser, so we don't have that restriction on. The whole reason why I kept Kaiser up to this point, just to check if this was a thing. There we go, the little mischievous fairy that floats around in your guild house is now a playable character. So we're going to do the same for... We're going to do the same for Kaiser. As you can see, I've already got the mana in. We don't only need a few more shards. So what we were going to do, we were going to finish off you. We can use my Siori, and then a few Misogis there. That will finish off Kaiser. So we'll get Kaiser as well, and then we will have a little look at what both of them do with their kits. There we go. Here's Kaiser. Two more new characters for a box. So Kaiser could have come in handy last night if you saw my stream when I was doing the Battle Stadium. There were a few teams with Kaiser in it for Battle Stadium, so it could have been handy for that, but we've got her now. I'll just level her all up and everything, and then we'll come back and have a look at the skills. Okay, so then we shall have a look at Kaiser, who is on the Dark team and a physical character sitting at place 660, and her union based clears all generic buffs and all barriers from the enemy team and deals about 125,000 physical damage to all enemies. Her skill 1 deals about 77,000 physical damage to all enemies, drains 100 TP from the targets of this skill and restores 100 TP to herself Her skill 2 raises physical and magical damage received by all enemies by 12%, reduces physical and magical defense of all enemies 157, and reduces physical and magical crit damage of all enemies by 15. Now Kaiser does have an SP skill which deals 44,000 physical damage to all enemies. Now Kaiser is the only character that does what she does here, which makes her quite valuable, although she's not really been used a huge amount. You're most likely to see her in PvP, although there are a few teams I did see last night for Battle Stadium that did use Kaiser, so she's getting a little bit of use. Very handy to have indeed. And she does have a great loot pattern. If we bring it up here, we can see she doesn't have a basic attack. Basically, this SP skill seems to be taking the place of the basic attack, which I think with 44,000 physical damage when maxed out will probably be a little bit more than just a little basic attack. So there we go, that is Kaiser. Let's just move on and have a look at the brand new character, Nebbia. So here we have Nebbia, who is the brand new EX character, released into the game only a few days ago. She is a magical character and also on the light team. Now her skills are, well, they may look a little bit complicated to start with, but they are not too complicated once you know exactly what she does. So her union best, she will put self-invulnerability on herself for 6 seconds. That might be quite important that it is 6 seconds, as we'll come to that in a bit. And then she will apply one random effect out of the next for 25% chance, I guess, of each. She will either confuse for 6 seconds, fear for 6 seconds, blind for 6 seconds, or stun for 6 seconds all the enemy team and all the enemy team. Her skill 1 applies obsession to the highest physical attack enemy for 4 seconds. Obsession means they can only attack Nebbia, a bit like a taunt really. She will heal herself for about 10,000 hit points, apply a self-physical invulnerability for 5.4 seconds, and that's also quite important to see. Note that 5.4 seconds, and move to a random enemy. Her skill 2 applies obsession to the highest magical attack enemy for 4 seconds, heals herself about 10,000 hit points, and applies a self-magical invulnerability for 5.4 seconds. Again, note the 5.4 seconds. Then moves to a random enemy. So she's flying all over the place, and definitely flying all over the place because she has a special skill which enters a fly state just like the Altar Maiden characters, the Fallen, Persia, Riri and Korea. So there we go, that is Nebbia's skill set. Kind of funny, kind of cookie. To start with, people were like, what? But I think she could be a very funny unit in PvP. Obviously, we just got her, so maybe we will try her out on the defense team and see how it works. I said to take note of the 5.4 seconds there on her skills because her skill 1 and her skill 2 have got a 3-second cast time. So that, if I calculate this correctly, this is how it works, that means she will have invulnerability up for most of the time. There will only be a gap of 0.6 seconds where each of those invulnerabilities will have fallen off before they come back on. Because if we have a look at her loot pattern, it is very good, and it basically just switches between skill 1 and skill 2. So she will be constantly reapplying that magical or physical invulnerability depending on the skill, which lasts for 5.4 seconds. Each skill takes 3 seconds to cast, so it'll be 6 seconds between each of them going on. So that's why I'm saying 0.6 seconds out of every 6 seconds she will be able to be hit potentially. So this is a very funny character. Action speed might help with that then if it speeds up the skills a little bit, making it quite invulnerable. We're not seeing that in effect yet. So a very funny character that can be used in PvP probably. Doesn't really do any damage at all. Let me know what you think of these EX characters? What do you think of Nebbia in particular as being the new character? What do you think of their kit? Is it really funny? Well, we're going to give it a try then, and we'll see how it goes. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Tokkuri Yashi, and I will see you all again for another video. Bye 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 bye. Hey hey.